Fourth is, if x minus iy is equal to under root of a minus ib upon c minus id, prove that x square plus y square whole square is equal to a square plus b square upon c square plus d square. This is to be proved. Now taking up the given statement, x minus iy is equal to under root a minus ib upon c minus id. Removing the root, the other side becomes square. So we get here x minus iy whole square equal to a minus ib upon c minus id. Now expanding this bracket using a minus b whole square, we get x square minus 2i xy plus I square y square. And to remove the imaginary from the denominator, we have multiplied and divided by its conjugate on the right hand side. Substituting I square as minus 1, the LHS becomes x square minus 2ixy minus y square. Multiplying both. Now the downside, we have to make use of a square minus b square forms. So a square minus b square gives c square minus id square in the denominator. Multiplying both these brackets, the numerator becomes ac plus iad minus ibc minus I square bd. Now taking up the reals together in the LHS, we get x square minus y square minus 2ixy, that is the imaginary part. And here also, putting the value of I square as minus 1, we get plus bd. So taking up reals together, and from the imaginary, I is being taken out common. So the further, if we separate both real and imaginary separately, the way we did it for LHS, and comparing both the sides, we will get x square minus y square as ac plus bd upon c square plus d square, and the imaginary part makes it minus 2xy is equal to ad minus bc upon c square plus d square. That is how we will be getting by comparing both the sides. Now, after getting all the values, that is x square minus y square minus 2xy, we will be taking up the LHS part of the proved at result, that is x square plus y square whole square. Now this x square plus y square whole square can be expressed as, because if you expand it, it becomes x raised to 4 plus the middle term becomes 2x square y square plus y raised to 4. As we have the value of minus, that is x square minus y square, we will be expressing this x square plus y square whole square in the form of x square minus y square whole square plus 4x square y square. Here the middle term will become negative if you expand it. To make this middle term, that is minus 2, positive, the adjustment is done over here as plus 4, because the sign, original sign is plus here. So when we are arranging it to substitute the value, in this bracket the middle term will be minus 2. To make it plus 2, the adjustment done is plus 4. Now keeping all the values at their places, that is x square y square from here and minus 2xy from here, both are whole square. Now you will find that both this denominator are same, so they are taken together as c square plus d square whole square. Using the formula of a plus b whole square and a minus b whole square and expanding the brackets, we get that the middle terms are getting cancelled. Only remains are a square c square plus a square d square plus b square d square plus b square c square whole divided by c square plus d square whole square. Now here we will combine the terms containing a square and combining the terms containing b square. So taking out a square common, we get inside the bracket c square plus d square. Taking out b square common, inside the bracket is d square plus c square. Now by factorizing them completely, collecting c square plus d square bracket together, and another bracket will be a square plus b square. Once c square plus d square gets cancelled, the final answer is a square plus b square upon c square plus d square, and that is the RHS. So this is how the fourth one is being proved. An important example. Fifth is convert the following in polar form. For that z is equal to given as 1 plus 7i upon 2 minus I whole square. Now the polar form, when we want to convert it, we want the value of r and theta. But before we get the value of r and theta, the fraction is to be simplified and brought in standard form. So for that, the denominator is expanded, that is 4 minus 4i plus I square. I square value kept as minus 1. So it becomes 1 plus 7i upon 4 minus 4i minus 1. Simplifying the denominator, we get 1 plus 7i upon 3 minus 4i. Multiplying and dividing by its conjugate and multiplying both conjugates and this, we get z is equal to 3 plus 4i plus 21i plus 28i square divided by using a square minus b square form, we get 9 plus 16. Here minus sign won't come in between because I square value becomes minus 1. So minus minus makes it plus. Now operating it further, we get, taking real with real, I square value is minus 1, so it becomes minus 28, and imaginary with imaginary, we'll be getting 3 plus 25i minus 28 divided by 25. 3 minus 28 makes it minus 25 plus 25i upon 25. Dividing this numerator by 25, we get z is equal to minus 1 plus I. So the z part was given in fraction. We have completely simplified it to bring it into the standard form. After bringing it into standard form, then and then the polar form is to be calculated. So z is equal to minus 1 plus I, equating it with x plus iy. X value becomes minus 1, y value becomes 1. So first, to calculate r, the formula is under root of x square plus y square. That makes it the value of r as root 2. Now in polar form, x is considered as r cos theta, y is taken as r sin theta. So keeping the value of x and r, we got cos theta is equal to minus 1 upon root 2. Sin theta is equal to 1 upon root 2. So by seeing the value as 1 upon root 2, the value of alpha becomes 45 degree, and 45 degree means equal to pi by 4. Now as cos is negative, sine positive, then theta will belong to the second quadrant. Second quadrant is expressed as pi minus alpha. So the value of theta becomes pi minus alpha, and that is 3 pi by 4. Putting in the polar form as z equal to r cos theta plus I sin theta. In the place of r root 2, in the place of theta 3 pi by 4. This is how the complete polar form is being expressed. Now coming to the second example, it is just similar. I have already taken up here the conjugates, multiplied the brackets, simplified it, and the final value after reducing in standard form becomes minus 1 plus I, which is then the solution becomes just similar to question number 1. So solve it completely yourself. Question number 10 is given as if z1 is equal to 2 minus I, z2 is equal to 1 plus I, we need to find the mode of z1 plus z2 plus 1 upon z1 minus z2 plus 1. Now taking up the mode form and putting the value of z1 as 2 minus I and z2 as 1 plus I and simplifying it by cancelling the terms getting cancelled, we get mode of 4 upon 2 minus 2i. Taking 2 common and cancelling with 4 makes it mode is 2 upon 1 minus I. Now to remove I from the denominator, multiplying and dividing by its conjugate, we get 2 into 1 plus I upon I minus 1, 1 minus I and 1 plus I. Now 1 minus I using a square minus b square makes it a square minus I square, and minus I square value is minus 1, so it becomes 1 plus 1. Upside 2 plus 2i divided by 2. Taking out common 2 and cancelling, we get mode of 1 plus I. Now it becomes easy to calculate it because we have expressed it in terms of standard form. So the value of x becomes 1, the value of y also becomes 1. So calculating the mode is under root of x square plus y square, that makes it root 2 as a value of the mode. This is how the 10th one is solved.